because you are young, but set an example for the believers. In speech, in life, in love, and in purity. 1 Timothy 4:12. In society today, many times it seems that things are falling apart all around us. It's hard to find stable ground to trust in and build foundations upon. Wheaton College seeks to continue building up the church and improving society worldwide. This institution of higher Christian education has remained true to its morals, striving to encourage people and build them up for the kingdom of heaven. Wheaton College promotes the development of whole and effective Christians for Christ and His kingdom. For more information about Wheaton College, please call 630-752-5000. That's 752-5000.
Good evening and welcome to this presentation of Wheaton Thunder Sports here at WTN. My name is Noah Pickens. Today the Wheaton College women's soccer team will be taking on DePauw University at Joe Bean Stadium. And so today for the action I'll be handing it out to Noah Helm. Noah Helm, take it away please.
Thanks a lot, Noah.
Number 12, Kelly.
Good evening, I'm Noah Helm, and welcome to Joe Bean Stadium for the final Wheaton Thunder women's soccer game of the regular season. Right now it's about 49 degrees. We got a low of 44 tonight, 77% humidity. If you had to ask to play in the cold, this is the type of weather, the cold weather, that you would ask to play in. We got the national anthem right now. We'll have starters in just a minute. All right, that was your national anthem. Sporadic as it was spazzing in and out near the second half of that. So we believe the CD player may have broken downstairs. Regardless, this is Wheaton College's last game of the regular season. They've got the CCIW tournament after this, and we'll give you the updates on the standings and that and everything. Wheaton's going to enter this game at 15-3-1 on the season. They're going to be taking on DePauw University, the Tigers, entering this game at 5-9-2 on the regular season. Starters for tonight for DePauw University in goal is going to be Christy Fillenwarth. She is actually not their normal starter. Normal starter is Brooke Shipley. She's going to not be starting the game tonight, so Fillenwarth gets the nod. She's appeared in 4 games. She is totaled about a game and a half minute-wise. She's got a .58 goals against, so she's in goal. Joined on the field by Sarah McGregor. She's going to be playing in the midfield. She's got 3 goals on the season. Stephanie Patton, Hillary Gerwin, Captain Jackie Ponder, Julia Drummond, Abby Gerwin, Emily Johansson, also captain Katie Phillips. She's got 4 goals, 2 assists on the season. Laura Hannon has got 2 goals and 3 assists on the season. And finally, Lindsay Lund for Wheaton College. Ingrid Erickson's going to get the nod in goal. This is the same starting lineup we've seen ever since Erickson returned to the goal after the 1-game absence. She's going to be joined on the field by Allie Kopelman, Jamie Orweiler, Brittany Berg, Laura Karsten, Carrie Kleinstra, Maria Delatorre, Lidner, Foltz, Lee, and Mosier. This game's about to get underway. The referee checking the clock, and DePauw, the Tigers are going to start out with the ball, and Karsten takes it away right away. Wheaton's going to be running right to left on your radio dial in this first half, and we'll go through the positions once again for you. In the back for Wheaton from left to right is Foltz, Lidner, and Mosier. We've got Lee coming up on the top of the box early here in the first minute. Side pass to Kleinstra. Kleinstra going goal line, plays back across the box. Is going to be cleared out. Can't even get the lineup in. Wheaton's already attacking right away. In the midfield, Carson's going to be playing up in front of Lidner. Now ball in the box. Lee has it on her left foot, plays it past the keeper, and into the goal. It's going to be touched by Kleinstra. We'll see who they give it to, but Wheaton scores 38 seconds into the game, and I believe that will go to Kleinstra from Lee.
We'll give it to Kleinstra from Lee.
And that is going to be Kleinstra's 9th goal of the season and Lee's 9th assist of the season. So 38 seconds in, we couldn't even get out of the could not even get the midfield starters out of my mouth. And Wheaton has already scored here, leading DePauw University by a score of 1-0. Okay, we'll try to pick up where we left off, see if we can get to the strikers before we score again. In the center of the field, Carson again playing up in front of Lidner, and then playing that attacking center midfield position is going to be Jamie Orweiler. On the right and left sides, respectively, is going to be Berg and Delatorre. And then up top, from left to right, is Kopelman, Lee, and Kleinstra. Kopelman's got the ball right now, backtracking towards midfield. Plays back to Carson, one on hard from behind. That was Katie Phillips applying the pressure, and Carson plays square now to Foltz coming up across midfield. Foltz plays on the ground up to Lee. One time back to Delatorre, who goes straight past Hannon. She's got it on her right foot, tries to find Kopelman near the top of the box. It's knocked out. Orweiler has it. Shot. Goal. Jamie Orweiler, and less than 2 minutes into this game, Wheaton leads 2-0. Orweiler gets that goal. I believe it was from either Delatorre or Kopelman. I believe it was from Delatorre. So that is Jamie's 7th goal of the season, and that's going to be Mia's, let's see if we can find this for you, her 7th assist of the season. So we get a 9th goal and a 9th assist and a 7th goal and a 7th assist, and we're a minute and 39 seconds into this game. Wheaton is leading DePauw 2-0. Both of them, Fillenwarth has been able to get a hand on, but the shots she was not able to corral in full, so she wasn't able to come up with it and hang on to it. Both of them going in off of Fillenwarth. Handball on Orweiler in the middle of the field. So Wheaton jumps out to a quick lead, 2-0. They've got the CCIW tournament coming up pretty soon. They are in the top 4 teams, and we'll give you that information a little later in this half maybe. We got a lot of action right now. It's going to go out of bounds across Wheaton's end line for a goal kick. Mosier's going to take this one. And it looks like Foltz is showing short all the way across the box. Not sure if Mosier's going to play her, though. She plays long instead. This is going to fall a little shy of midfield, taken out of the air by DePauw and headed right back into Wheaton territory. Now here comes Orweiler coming up on midfield. Orweiler blows straight past Gerwin. She's coming up. She's got Lee on her right. She takes it left past the defender, has it on her left foot, looking for her 2nd goal, and that's going to be a goal unassisted for Jamie Orweiler. She picks up her 2nd goal of the game 3 minutes and 11 seconds into the game. Wheaton leads 3-0. Talk about coming out aggressive. She took that one from about midfield straight up the center of the field. So that's Orweiler's 8th goal of the season. Ball comes back into Wheaton's defending third now. And a long clearance. Kopelman's going to try to run onto it. She's going to be defended. Looks like that's Lindsay Lund over there. Lund wins it. And then Kopelman comes back and takes it from her. Kopelman square to Delatorre now. Delatorre on the near side of the field. Plays across to Karsten. Tough pass. Carson's going to not be able to hang on to it. Phillips comes away with it for the Tigers. Phillips playing over far side now. A one-touch middle of the field. Mosier has it. And Mosier touched too far out in front of her, and that was Drummond getting in there. Finally cleared up to Kopelman, and she knocks it back to Delatorre, and Wheaton will regroup a little bit. Delatorre touches down the near sideline to Lee, and Lee turns around her defender, goes right past Lund. She's got one defender in front of her. Lee plays square across the box, and that's going to be knocked out. Delatorre comes up with it, and the clearance goes off of Delatorre before it's finally played near side here. Patton trying to keep it in bounds. It goes out. Foltz's throw. Throw goes quick into Delatorre. Delatorre plays on the ground to Lee, and Lee plays across the field trying to find Orweiler. Berg is going to come up with it instead. Berg has it on her right foot, plays in the air. That's going to skip into the keeper's hands, and Fillenwarth has got her first save.
We'll give the shot to Berg. His head towards the goal.
Long punt now. Foltz comes up with it on the near side, trying to get it back upfield to Kopelman. Knocked back by the defense, though. Delatorre has it, and Delatorre switches the field, trying to hit that far side. Wasn't able to, though. Hillary Gerwin came up with it. Hillary Gerwin and Abby Gerwin are both seniors from Cincinnati, Ohio. We're going to assume there's some relation there. Throw in far side for the Thunder. Throw goes from Berg to Kleinstra, and then Kleinstra loses it. She lost it to Drummond. Drummond plays middle of the field, finding Abby Gerwin. Gerwin plays upfield, and a great touch by Delatorre taking the ball away. Now she knocks it back to Karsten, has it near the center circle, midfield. Playing up now to Kleinstra. Kleinstra one-times it up to Lee. Lee may look for her second goal. No, she plays Orweiler instead, and that's going to be cleared by the defense. Orweiler was in on goal. Couldn't get her foot out, though. Now Orweiler comes up with it once again. Top corner of the box, far side. Plays right foot across the box, trying to find Lee, and Lee knocks it off the post. That is deflected off the post. Gerwin's going to come up with it, and she plays it far side, defending third to her relative, Hillary Gerwin, who knocks it upfield. Johansson with it. If you're just joining us, Wheaton scored 3 goals in the first 3 minutes and 11 seconds or so. Really fast. Karsten now with it. Box. Her and the keeper. Plays it off the keeper and into the goal. Bottom left. Goal. Laura Karsten. That assist is going to go to Kleinstra. She's got... I'm not going to be able to keep track of who's got what assists in this game. If you want to follow this game live online, the statistics as this is occurring, go to athletics.wheaton.edu. Go to the bottom right corner of the page, and there should be a link there that says live stats or live statistics. Click on that link, and you'll be able to follow this game's stats and plays as they happen online. We got Mr. John Pohl working on the computer here. So Karsten gets the goal, and that is her second goal of the season, and that assist does go to Kleinstra. Now a long ball up the far side to Kleinstra. Kleinstra blowing right past Gerwin. She's got space in front of her, coming up on the top corner of the box, far side, plays on the ground in the middle of the box, finds Lee. Lee has it on her left foot, moving left laterally across the field, takes a left-footed shot. That's going to go a little bit wide of the mark. Goal kick for Fillenwarth. Wheaton leading 4-0, less than 8 minutes into this one. If you're a student, you're listening to this right now, come out here. This is not their last game at home. Surprise, surprise. If you didn't know that yet, they will host at least one more game. They got the second seed in the CCIW tournament. The first seed goes to Illinois Wesleyan, who Wheaton lost to earlier. And Wheaton's going to be taking on Augustana, and we'll tell you when that's happening in a little bit. Throwing now on the near side of the field, defending third for Delatorre. Delatorre's throw goes back, actually, to Lidner. Lidner plays on the ground upfield to Kopelman. Kopelman has a defender right behind her, lays it back to Delatorre, and a long clearance from Delatorre. Clearance goes up to Kleinstra. Kleinstra touches to Lee, and Lee loses it now, middle of the field. That's going to be Gerwin coming up with it. She's trying to take it into Wheaton territory, and Kopelman takes it away. Long touch by Kopelman, going to roll out of bounds, defending third for the Tigers. It's their throw, near side. Wheaton with a 4-0 lead, coming up on 9 minutes into the game. Delatorre has it, tries to play middle of the field, trying to find Kleinstra. That's going to be Gerwin coming up with it. Gerwin playing upfield to McGregor. And a long ball taken out of the air by Fultz, going right back to McGregor. And now Orweiler wins a ball out of the air over Johansson. Finally a clearance to Lidner, and Lidner's going to one-time it back upfield. This is going to come down around the bottom of the circle on Wheaton's side. And then collected by Jackie Ponder, who plays it straight to Berg. Berg coming upfield, across midfield on the ground. She's got plenty of players to her left. She's also got Lee on her right. She's moving right. Now she cuts it back to her left. Takes a left-footed shot. That's going to go just wide. Good shot. She was around the far side of the box. Cut it back to her left foot and took a pretty good strike. So Fillenwarth will have another goal kick. Again, Wheaton getting the second seed in the CCIW tournament. They're going to be hosting Augustana. Write this down. They're going to be hosting Augustana in the CCIW tournament semifinal Tuesday night, November 4th, 7 p.m. Orweiler collects the ball, tries to play it over to Kleinstra, and the Fillenwarth is going to come up with it. And you wonder, how are they hosting? I thought the number 1 seed hosts the tournament. Well, it turns out that the number 1 seed gets to have all home games in the tournament. So there's no need for Wheaton and Augustana to travel to Illinois Wesleyan to play a game. So they're going to be playing at Wheaton. Since Wheaton is the number 2 seed, they do get home field advantage for at least one game. Wheaton beat Augustana in the regular season 3-0. And they had 2-1 losses against Carthage and Wesleyan. Both of those earlier in October. I know it's only November 1st, but both of those losses coming in October. Berg coming with the ball, plays over to Kleinstra. Kleinstra drops it back now to Karsten. Karsten has it on her left foot, moving left, near side. Trying to cut it back to her right, she does. Now plays Orweiler. Orweiler with a couple defenders in front of her, cuts it backfield, maybe looking to try to set something up. Now plays upfield. That's going to be taken off the ground by the Tigers. Cleared to Fultz. Fultz over to Mosier. Mosier plays upfield, finding Kleinstra. And Kleinstra is going to try to win it on the far side from Drummond. She does. Coming up on the top of the box is Kleinstra. Left-footed shot. That's going to find the back of the net. Kleinstra picking up a goal, and that gives Wheaton a 5-0 lead. Less than 12 minutes into the game. And that's going to be, I believe that is her second goal of the game. Not sure. Again, you can follow this live online. Live stats, athletics.wheaton.edu. Go to the bottom of the page, live statistics, and then click on Wheaton Soccer. And there is a possibility it's not working right now, we're told. And we've also been told if that is the case, it's going to be fixed by the second half. So it'll be up then. If you want to watch this game online, though, go to WETN.org, click on the drop-down box that says Watch Live, and you can watch this game live online. Long ball now taken out of the air by Mosier. She follows her own header up with another one and plays it up to Orweiler. Orweiler coming across midfield, on the ground, trying to burn a couple more Tiger players. Plays over to Turner. So Turner checked into the game for Karsten after that last goal. Turner over to Berg. Now Berg coming up on the top corner of the box, far side. Plays in the box to Kleinstra. Kleinstra with a defender in front of her, lays it back to Berg. And Berg leaves it for Turner. Turner trying to go straight through Gerwin, and she's not able to. Sideline referee's flag goes up. That's going to be a handball on Wheaton. And Mosier, after going up for a couple of those headers, appears to be holding her left thigh, so she's going to get a substitution right now. Cold nights, it's really easy to pull a muscle. Okay, we're actually, thank you, Nathan. She was actually kicked by the other player when they were both going up for the header. First or second one, do you remember? Not sure. It was on one of the two. So she's going to get a substitution. Oliver checks in for her. Wheaton with a 5-0 lead with 32 minutes left in the first half. Berg with the ball in the middle of the field for Wheaton. Coming up across the midfield line, she has Lee in front of her. She tries to send Lee on the ground. That's going to overshoot her. Gerwin is going to let it roll all the way back to Fillenwarth. And Fillenwarth picks it up, and she's going to have a punt now. Low punt, going towards the far side of the field, taken out of the air by Oliver. Oliver plays left foot, back upfield, and that's collected by the Tigers, trying to beat this Wheaton defense. It's going to roll back to Lidner. Lidner plays on the ground across midfield, finding Orweiler. Orweiler touches over to Karsten, and Karsten touches back across midfield to Oliver before Oliver now sends it upfield. Knocked back and forth, and looks like Foltz is going to come up with it and lay it back to Lidner to reset. Lidner coming up into the attack. She plays diagonal to her right, trying to find Turner. And Patton's going to come up with it for the Tigers. Patton lays the ball off to Drummond, and Drummond with a long switch trying to find Hannon. Hannon trying to blow by Foltz, and Foltz sticks her, now plays left foot clearance upfield. Clearance goes to Johansson. Johansson touch to McGregor. McGregor touch inside the box, and that's going to be cleared by Lidner. Berg trying to battle for the ball on the 18-yard line, and she clears it out of bounds. Actually going to go off of the Tigers. So we got two substitutions now for Wheaton. Kishaba checking into the game. She's going to grab Kleinstra. And Carly Olson checks into the game for Ingrid Erickson. With Wheaton leading 5-0 already, we're not even 15 minutes into this game. You've got to think that everyone is going to see time today. Little ball rotation in the defense for the Tigers. Kishaba tries to stick it. Now it's passed over far side away from her to Gerwin. Gerwin bringing the ball upfield. Now passes on the ground across midfield. It's knocked back to her. She's got it with Kishaba in front of her. Now Gerwin plays upfield. Being defended by Oliver is Phillips, and Phillips loses it. Lee trying to win it around midfield for Wheaton. Now clearance goes, taken off the head of Oliver, and Foltz, who's actually over on that side as well right now, takes it out of the air. Follows her up and plays Turner. Turner to Kopelman on the near side. Kopelman trying to blow by Kissinger, it looks like. Actually, that's Lund, and she goes by Lund. Now plays back to Delatorre. Delatorre, right foot shot. That's going to be collected by Fillenwarth. Delatorre putting one on goal from about 24, 25 yards out. Short punt straight to Orweiler. Orweiler coming up on the top of the box again. Touch too far out ahead of her. And that's going to be cleared by the defense. Clearance taken out of the air by Delatorre. Touch to Kopelman. Kopelman lays it back now to Turner. Turner plays far side Berg. Berg now in that second third of the field. Coming up on the attacking third. Plays on the ground up to Lee, and that's going to be high clearance by Ponder. Senior captain defender. Clearance is going to go up to Drummond. Drummond being defended by Foltz, and Foltz with a little, trying to do a little swim move on Drummond to get around her and get the ball. That is going to be called a foul on Foltz. Free kick now. A little bit shy of midfield. And we are going to have a plethora of substitutions for this Tiger team in just a moment. We've got at least 8 of them. Lidner's got the ball in the backfield for Wheaton. Plays line to Delatorre. Delatorre has it on her right foot, cutting back now towards the Wheaton defending third. Lays it back to Lidner, who's actually on the near sideline. Lidner plays Foltz. Little roll reversal as Foltz has the ball in the middle of the field. Foltz touch goes up to Kopelman. You wonder the intensity that Wheaton has brought. What spurred it? I don't know if they do this every game, but out on the field earlier today, this Wheaton College women's soccer team saw them take a few laps and stretch, and I thought they might practice. They actually did not. They huddled up and listened to the coaches and the players talk. Not sure what they talked about, but maybe we'll ask Coach Felsky after the game. Probably for a good half hour at least. just getting their mind focused. Kashaba with the ball coming up on the goal line, attacking third of the field. Keeps it in bounds. Oh, and they're going to call it out of bounds now as Kashaba tries to lay it to about the penalty area. And here come the substitutions. McCord, Ellis, Brunn, McMahon, and so many substitutions here. Kissinger is in. Let's see. Doherty is in. De Silveria is in. And Coleman is in. And just like that, 8 of the 11 players on this Tiger team rotate in and out. Ball played to Orweiler. Now Orweiler trying to go towards goal, and she's dispossessed. That's going to be Ellis with the ball. Ellis touches middle of the field, now touched upfield. Lindner has it. Lindner coming up on the attacking third of the field, trying to take it towards the top of the box. It's going to be cleared out towards Kashaba, though. Kashaba trying to lay it back to Lee. Now Kashaba turns and plays Orweiler. Orweiler middle of the field, about maybe 21 yards out. Now plays on the ground straight up the middle of the field. And that's going to be Fillenwarth with it. Keeper stayed in. Fillenwarth, long punt. That's going to come down at the feet of McMahon. McMahon plays middle of the field. Now Orweiler takes it away from the Tigers. Orweiler trying to go left past the defender. Cuts it back. Now plays it back to Turner. Turner plays on the ground over to Kashaba. Kashaba trying to turn middle of the field. Slide tackle from behind. No call, as there was no fall either by Kashaba. Berg trying to go right past Coleman on the far sideline. She does, trying to play across the field. Finds Orweiler. Orweiler puts it in the net for her hat trick. That is going to be her 9th goal of the season. Kashaba picks up the assist. Okay, actually that is going to be Berg with the assist. Excuse me.
Number 10, Aaron Hodina.
So Berg picking up. We're going to see what assist this is for Berg. This is her 8th assist of the season. And Orweiler's now got 9 goals. She's got 3 in this game. Wheaton leads 6-0 with a little over 25 minutes left in the first half. Long clearance goes back to Lindner. Lindner plays upfield. That's going to be taken by McCord. And McCord loses it now to Foltz. Foltz trying to shield this out of bounds. Gets a push in the back, no call. Goal kick for Carly Olson. And she's going to play short to Oliver. Oliver going down that near sideline, trying to find Kashaba upfield. She's got it. Still shy of midfield. Kashaba plays Orweiler. Orweiler sprinting upfield. Plays far side to Lee. Lee's got the ball, attacking third of the field, coming up on the goal line. Far side, plays right foot across the box, knocked out of bounds off a defender. Goal kick for the Thunder, first of the night. Olsen in goal this year has got 10 saves. She's got a .92 goals against average. She has saved 83% of the shots sent her way. Corner kick taken, and that's going to be a clearance. Goes back to Orweiler. Orweiler trying to put a shot on. That's going to go wide left. Substitution now for Wheaton. Kishkunis is going to check into the game for Orweiler. Looks like she's going to be playing that center attacking midfield position. Going to be supported by Turner. Goal kick right now for Fillenwarth. Fillenwarth kicks, goes in, taken out of the air by Kishkunis. Kishkunis up to Lee. Lee trying to win the ball in the box, and that's going to be played out of bounds. Another corner kick for Wheaton.
Corner kick.
Still leading 6-0. About 23 minutes and 20 seconds left. Short corner. Touch to Lee from Delatorre. Lee with it now. Shot on goal. Great hands by Fillenwarth, getting on the ground in the middle of a number of players to make the save. You're going to see 2 more substitutions for Wheaton in a moment here. Ball taken out of the air by Oliver. Oliver trying to find Hodina over on the far side. So we'll go through Wheaton's line after these next substitutions. High ball taken out of the air by Kishkunis. Kishkunis sending Kashaba. Good ball. Kashaba, they're going to run onto it. She's going to be pressured by Doherty. And as Doherty clears it out of bounds, not Brad Doherty, the former player on the Cleveland Cavaliers. So Fultz checks out of the game, and Lee checks into the game. Williams checks into the game along with Liebedor. Throw in far side, attacking third for Wheaton, taken by Kashaba. Thrown to the middle, finding Kopelman. Kopelman lays over to Kashaba. Kashaba plays across the box. Delatorre trying to win it, and she puts a shot on goal. Saved, though, by Fillenwarth. So here's your line. In the defense for Wheaton right now, up 6 goals in the first half. From left to right, Liebedor, Lidner, and Oliver. In the midfield, Turner and Kishkunis playing the center midfield positions. And out on the left side is Delatorre. And on the right side is Hodina. Up top from left to right is Williams, Kopelman, and Kashaba. Free kick now for Wheaton. Lidner's going to walk this up and presumably take it. Liebedor showing short to her left. Lidner's going to back up now. Smile on her face. She's going to take this one right-footed. Plays it short to Liebedor. Liebedor touches line to Delatorre. Delatorre is going to lose it now to De Silveira. And that's going to be a handball on Wheaton. Free kick now for the Tigers. Near side of the field. A little shy of midfield. Free kick taken in the air by Hannon. Taken out of the air by Liebedor. Headed up to Williams. Williams has it on her right foot. Cuts it over to her left and drops it to Liebedor. Liebedor keeps it in bounds on the near side. Plays Delatorre down the line. Delatorre cuts towards the middle of the field and had Oliver square, but played upfield instead. Taken out of the air by Kissinger. Kissinger's clearance is going to go to Turner, and Turner trying to play back to Lidner. She does, and Lidner with a long clearance. Taken out of the air by the defense of the Tigers. Headed back upfield towards Lund. Excuse me, not Lund, that was McCord. And the ball's actually going to be near side now. Defending third for Wheaton and Lidner. Lidner plays square to Liebedor, and Liebedor finding pressure coming from the weak side. Plays back to Lidner, who clears it upfield. Kishkunis backtracking now. Plays back to Oliver. Oliver plays square to Lidner, and Lidner plays upfield. That's going to go past Delatorre and taken by Hannon. Long clearance, switching the field, finding Ellis on the far side. Step over now by Coleman, coming up on the top of the box, takes a shot, and that's going to be saved by Olsen. Checked into the game about midway through this first half for Wheaton, maybe even a little earlier. Olsen's punt now is going to fall a little shy of midfield, but bounce well past. And now Turner trying to win the ball, step into it. She was shielded off of it. Oliver now trying to win the ball in the middle of the field. It's dropped all the way back to Abby Gerwin, who plays it over to Hannon. Hannon has it near side, still on Tiger territory. Now played on the ground up across midfield to McMahon, and McMahon loses it to Lidner. Lidner up to Kopelman on the ground. Kopelman drops it back to Liebedor. Liebedor cuts it around a defender, now plays line, trying to find Williams. That's going to go out of bounds. Throw now for the Tigers. Less than 19 minutes left in the first half. Wheaton College leading 6-0. Ball's going to spin out from Gerwin's legs to Kashaba. Kashaba trying to send Williams. And keeper comes out to collect. Christy Fillenwarth has it. And she's going to roll short to Hannon. Hannon plays upfield trying to find Kissinger. Kissinger plays near sideline to De Silveira. De Silveira loses it to Delatorre and then wins it right back. De Silveira plays upfield finding Coleman. Coleman trying to send McMahon. It's going to roll all the way back into Wheaton's box and collected by Carly Olsen. Olsen's going to take this left-footed punt. Falls right at the midfield line. Goes past Kopelman up to Williams. And Williams can't hang on to it. Now it appears like neither can Gerwin. Williams and Gerwin trying to battle for it on the near side. Gerwin falls out of bounds and kept the ball in play. And then Williams trying to keep it in play from going out of bounds off the end line. She's not able to.
Number 18, Mary Beth Grove.
Goal kick for Fillenwarth. And Grove is checking into the game now. She's going to grab looks like Lidner. So Grove playing on the right side in the back, and Liebedor playing on the left side in the back. Oliver's going to be playing that sweeper position. Lidner gets a break with about 17 and a half left in the first half. High ball goes back to Liebedor, trying to send it up to Kopelman, and Kopelman trying to keep it in play. And Kopelman actually touched it last, so throw for Hannon. Hannon, throw goes down the line and off of Wheaton, so she's going to do it again, this time in Wheaton territory. Attacking third of the field, and an illegal throw by Hannon results in a change of possession here on the sideline, so it's going to be a Wheaton throw now, Liebedor to take it. Throw goes into Kishkunis, good trap. Kishkunis cutting up across midfield on the ground, has it on her right foot, chips over a defender, finds Kishaba. Kishaba lays it back to Turner. Turner's got Kishkunis square to her left. And Turner's going to be called for a handball as she tried to plow through a defender. Free kick for the Tigers. Played long after the free kick, taken out of the air by Oliver. Oliver heads it straight up the middle of the field. Turner trying to come up with it. Turner has it go off her hand again. This one's not called. Ball played up to Williams. Williams trying to keep it in front of her. Cutting back across midfield, finding Kishkunis. Kishkunis with the ball on her right foot, leading Hodina into the attack. Hodina plays a long ball into the box. That's taken off the ground by Fillenwarth. 16 minutes left in the first half. Wheaton able to move the ball from the center of the field out to that wing position and then try to attack from the outside that time. It worked. There was just no attacker in the center. And a foul was called on McCord, so it's going to be a free kick for Wheaton. We'll call this maybe a little less than 40 yards out, to be taken by Kishkunis. Played right foot towards the top of the box. Taken out of the air by Turner. Turner is going to be called for going up and over the back. Hands on the back, actually. Free kick now for the Tigers. And we'll see another substitution for Wheaton in a moment. Next available throw, corner kick, or goal kick. Ball played upfield, then cleared right back to the Wheaton defense. Oliver's going to have it bouncing towards her right foot. She takes it out of the air with her right foot and then is dispossessed by Ellis. Ellis trying to work the ball back in order to move forwards, get a better angle. Ellis still with the ball. Plays it on the ground up and collected by Grove. Grove clearance goes a little short upfield. Now a long ball. Not sure if that was a shot or a pass. It's going to be collected by Olsen regardless in the box, and she's going to punt it out. This one comes down on Tiger territory and put right back into Wheaton play. De Silveira comes up with it and then loses it to Delatorre. Delatorre has it on her right foot, middle of the field. Plays diagonal up to her right, trying to find Hodina on the far side. She could not get to it, though, as Coleman had it first. Coleman plays middle of the field. That's going to be Gerwin with it. Gerwin laying negative near side to the defender Hannon, who plays in the air down the line, trying to find Ellis. Little push in the back on Liebedor, and Liebedor trying to go around Ellis. She wins it finally. De Silveira trying to win it from Delatorre, and Delatorre takes it from her and plays Kopelman. Kopelman lays it back now to Liebedor, who plays it in the air down the line past Gerwin, out of bounds. Throw for the Tigers. About 13:30 left in the first half. Throw goes in over the heads of Kissinger and Kishkunis. And the Tigers are going to come up with it. Coming towards their attacking third is McCord. McCord plays upfield trying to find Kissinger. Taken away by Turner. And Turner plays it out of bounds on the near side. Throw for De Silveira. Middle of the field, and now a high shot on goal. Taken by Olsen. No real threat there. Olsen with a long punt. This is going to come down just over the midfield line. To Kishaba's feet, trying to ward off a defender or two now. Coming up with it in the middle of the field is Kissinger. Kissinger plays over the far side of the field, finding Brune. And Brune trying to play it down the line, goes out of bounds off of Wheaton. Far sideline right at the midfield flag. Throw for Brune. Throws touch right back to her in a long clearance. Bouncing into Wheaton's box. Oliver thought about playing it. Olsen called her off. Punt now for Olsen. Comes down, goes straight past Kolpelman. And Williams applying pressure on the defense now. And now she'll apply pressure on the keeper as Fillenwarth has the ball passed back to her. Fillenwarth plays her right back, Hannon. Hannon loses it to Kolpelman, who lays it back to Delatorre. And not sure what the call is. It's actually going to be out of bounds. I did not look like the entire ball went out of play, but throw in for the Tigers. And the throw goes in and is taken by Wheaton. Played middle of the field, Kolpelman with it. Kolpelman has it on her right foot, coming left. Now plays across the corner of the box to Delatorre, puts a shot on frame, and that's going to be collected by Fillenwarth. Nice little falling save. 11:30 left in the half. Punt taken off the thigh of Turner. Turner's thigh pass goes to Kishkunis, and then she makes a run and gets it right back from her. Turner now passes up to Kishaba, top corner of the box, far side. Has one defender on her back. That's going to be Doherty. Now loses it to Brune. Brune trying to play down the line off of Wheaton and out of bounds. She'll have herself a throw in her own defending third on the far side. Brune to take the throw, one bounce, and try to keep it in play are the Tigers. They're going to lose it, though. Grove plays in the air, middle of the field, finds Kishkunis. Kishkunis with two defenders on her instantly. Plays it up over the head of one and then collects it. Now playing right foot, trying to find Kolpelman. Kolpelman touched towards the 6-yard line and taken off the ground by Fillenwarth once again. And the keeper from Indianapolis punts it a little shy of midfield. Taken by Wheaton. Kishaba's got it now on the far side. Kishaba plays Turner middle of the field. Top of the circle for Wheaton. Turner plays square to Kishkunis, coming up into the attack now. Kishkunis trying to send Hodina on the far side, deflected off of Kissinger. And a high clearance now for the Tigers. Ball played up to McMahon. McMahon finding Ellis. Ellis playing right foot, trying to find McMahon again. She does. McMahon's got it coming up towards the top of the box, being defended by Liebedor, and Liebedor takes it away from her. Plays on the ground up to Kolpelman. Kolpelman has it on her right foot and then loses it. Kishkunis wins it, though, and plays over to Liebedor on the far side. That's where you want that outside back. You don't want them being drawn in towards the play when you've got two defenders there already. She's got to be ready to receive a pass, to be away from pressure. That's right where Liebedor was. 9:30 left in the first half. Wheaton College leading DePauw University by a score of 6-0. Long ball up just shy of midfield. McMahon comes up with it. McMahon lays it back to Hannon, who plays a long ball, taken out of the air by Oliver. Knocked right back, though, and here comes a shot that's going to be put on goal. De Silveira trying to get it past Olsen. Actually, probably the best opportunity so far tonight for the Tigers.
Wheaton's first goal was scored unassisted by Taryn Lee.
Carrie just said that Terrence.
Again, the first goal of the game was scored by Taryn Lee.
Okay, so the first goal, which was credited to Kleinstra,
I think it might be working.
is actually going to be now credited to Lee. Kleinstra went up and followed it and just touched it in. Looked from this angle like the ball had not crossed the goal line yet. Long ball now. Williams trying to run onto it. Williams has it coming up on the goal line. Touch too far out ahead of her. Out of bounds goal kick. So that's going to be a goal away from Taryn. Away from Kleinstra, and for Taryn now. So Lee is going to be credited with that goal. Kleinstra on the sideline came up and informed the press box. I didn't touch it before it crossed the line. Goal kick played short up the middle of the field now for the Tigers. That's going to be Kissinger with it. Kissinger passes taken by Turner. Turner plays over to Kishaba. Kishaba being defended by Brune on the far side, just over midfield. Kishaba playing line to Sutton, who checked into the game for Hodina. Actually, not for Hodina, as Hodina moves to front left striker position, checked into the game for Kopelman. So Sutton checking in for Kopelman. Sutton takes the right midfield position. Hodina moves from right mid to up top left striker. Goal kick played in the air down the middle of the field, chested by McCord. McCord laying it back to Bruin. Bruin playing it upfield, finding Coleman. Coleman plays middle of the field to Ellis. Ellis plays right foot on the ground. That's going to be collected by Delatorre in Wheaton territory. Delatorre splits two defenders on the ground, finds Turner up the middle of the field. Turner has it on her right foot, taking her time. Plays over to Grove. 7 minutes left in the first half. Wheaton with a 6-goal lead. Grove's got it on her right foot, now coming up attacking third of the field. And then touched too far out in front of her. Clearance is going to go up to Ellis. Not sure if Ellis is going to be able to keep this in. She won't be able to. Throw now for Wheaton. Oliver to take the throw as Grove checks back now from the attack, retaking her place in the defense. Clearance cleared off of Kishaba. Kishaba now touches off of a Tiger player and plays line as it comes right back to her to Sutton, and it's going to go past Sutton and out of bounds off the end line. Goal kick for Fillenwarth. And again, these live statistics are they working now, Nathan? They're working now.
They weren't previously, they are now.
And if they're not working on your computer, you need to get a new computer or something, because our internet connection is good now over here. Ball played towards Liebedor. She's going to clear this out of bounds, trying to hit the DePauw fans that came out here to watch their team. Throw for Bruin on the far side, just shy of midfield. Over the head of Kishaba, but not Sutton. Sutton takes it out of the air. Header goes up towards Kishaba, but Bruin wins it. Bruin plays line to Coleman. It's going to go out of bounds. Throw for Wheaton off of Coleman. Throw goes downfield, down the line. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Bruin. Another throw for Wheaton. Sutton to take it. Throws down the line, trying to find Kishaba, being defended by Bruin. Kishaba pushed over, no call. Gets back up, still has the ball at her feet. Bruin still on her back. Kishaba plays over to Williams. Williams doesn't turn with it. Instead, keeps the ball in front of her. Now plays Kishkunis, top of the box. Kishkunis shot deflected off a defender. Cleared. Liebedor comes up with it in the defense. Liebedor finds Kishkunis, and Kishkunis with the ball at her feet trying to reset something. Plays in the air towards the top of the box, taken out of the air by the defense. That's going to be Kissinger with it. Kissinger loses it now to Kishaba, who is taken down near the top of the box. The whistle is blown. This should be a free kick just outside the box. With a 6-goal lead, unless there was a blatant foul clearly in the box, you wouldn't expect the referee to award a penalty kick. So this is a free kick basically on the line for Kishkunis. And there is a 5-woman wall. Fillenwarth holding onto that near post right now. Kishkunis takes it and plays it straight to the hands of Fillenwarth. She bobbles it, comes back to Delatorre, shot by Delatorre, shot by Hodina, and now cleared out of bounds as there were a couple deflections off the defense. Good shot by Kishkunis, putting it on frame. Now Hodina trying to play a ball across the middle of the box for a striker to come up with. Nobody's going to have it. Fillenwarth has got it, and she's going to punt shy of midfield, taken out of the air by Kishkunis. She's got it on her right foot, plays Delatorre. Delatorre one-times it, chips it over the head of the defense. Kishaba trying to run onto it. It's going to bounce into the hands of Fillenwarth. And she'll have another punt. This one's going to be taken out of the air by Turner, and she's knocked down. Play on is called. Ball played up to Hodina. Hodina trying to find Delatorre down the near side. Defense comes up with it, lays it back to Fillenwarth, and she clears it. Straight to Kishkunis, though. Kishkunis has it about maybe 22 yards out or so. Now loses it. High ball. Still in the attacking third for Wheaton. Liebedor comes up with it. Plays up to Hodina. Hodina, handball. Looked like this will be another dangerous free kick off of Hodina's through ball. Doherty with the handball. Referee actually moves Wheaton back a little bit from where I thought the handball occurred. This will be a dangerous free kick still, though. Kishkunis and Delatorre lining up over it. And Kishkunis touches to Delatorre, who takes a shot on goal. One skip into the hands of Fillenwarth. She's getting a lot of action tonight. She's made several good saves. Unfortunately for her, 6 balls have already gone by her. This one played back to Oliver in the Wheaton defense. Oliver cutting it past the defender upfield. Plays a little bit off the ground up to Hodina. Hodina trying to find Turner or Williams in the middle of the field. She loses it. Now a clearance by Gerwin. Gerwin playing upfield, taken out of the air by Delatorre. Delatorre to Kishkunis. Kishkunis has one defender flying at her. That's Kissinger. Kissinger wins it. Kissinger being defended by Kishkunis. Now Kishkunis takes it back. She's got it on her right foot, cuts it back across Kissinger, bumped a little bit, but maintains possession and plays up to Kishaba. Kishaba plays over to Sutton. Sutton trying to win the ball from Coleman. Less than 2 minutes left in the first half. Knocked back now to Turner. Turner plays over to Sutton, and Sutton lays it back to Grove. She's going to have a long clearance. Taken out of the air by Brune. Brune's header goes upfield. Good pressure being applied by Sutton, trying to stay with this Tiger attack right now, and Ellis is going to put a shot off of a Wheaton defender. Oliver's going to have it now on the near side. She's got nobody pressuring her, so she's going to take her time. Now plays in the air, one hop taken off the chest of Hannon. Hannon and Hodina battling for it, and foul is called on Hodina. So Hannon will have a free kick now. Free kick taken by Gerwin. Towards the top of the box, taken out of the air by Liebedorf. Played towards the far side of the field. And now played back into the box by the Tigers, headed out by Oliver. Header goes upfield to Kishaba. Kishaba trying to win it, and now loses it. Touched too far out in front of her. Ball's played all the way back to Gerwin. High clearance. Out of bounds around midfield near side. Throw for Delatorre. She's going to throw down the line, trying to use Williams' speed. Williams has got to get by Gerwin, though. Gerwin plays middle of the field. Now a high clearance straight up the middle of the field to Kishkunis. Mistouches it. Near side. This is going to be De Silveira with it, but Kishkunis hustled over, and De Silveira knocks it off her out of bounds. She has a throw now. Less than 10 seconds, and this will probably be your halftime score, 6-0. And that is your halftime score, 6-0 at half. Wheaton College Thunder women's soccer team leading DePauw University. Wheaton trying to pick up their 16th win of the regular season. This is their last regular season game. They've got the CCIW tournament playoffs after this. They start on Tuesday. Wheaton with the second seed in the CCIW tournament. There are 4 teams, and in this order from 1 to 4, Illinois Wesleyan, Wheaton, Augustana, and Carthage. Wheaton's going to be playing Augustana here on Tuesday at 7 p.m. If they win that game, it depends who wins the other game to see where they'll be playing. If that game, the other game is going to be between Illinois Wesleyan and Carthage. Both of those teams Wheaton lost to during the regular season, so if they can get past Augustana, they'll have to beat one of those 2 teams to get an automatic bid for the national tournament. Otherwise, they're going to have to rely on the voters and try to get an at-large bid. And nothing factors into the at-large bid like winning 3 out of the last 4 national titles. None of that matters when it comes to at-large bids. So Wheaton going to try to lock up the game on Tuesday, 7 p.m. We'll talk about that more in the second half. But for now, Wheaton is leading at halftime. We'll have stats when we come back. For now, we're going to go back to Noah Pickens in the studio.
And WETN Radio. Special thanks to Nate Frank of the Wheaton Athletic Department for his help setting this up. For the Thunder Sports Report, this is Dan Balo. Thank you for listening.
Need to know what's going on in your community? There's absolutely no need to pull out that.
She's gotten an assist as well, assisted on Orweiler's last goal. which was the last goal of the half for Wheaton.
I forget how we put in.
And if you want to know how quickly we scored all these, less than 20 minutes into the first half, Wheaton College had a 6-0 lead on the DePauw Tigers. Karsten's got one shot. That one found the back of the net. Kleinstra's got a shot that ended up crossing the goal line in between the posts, so that was a goal for her. She's also got an assist. Delatorre's got 5 shots, all of them on goal. None of them in the goal, though. She's got an assist on the night. Lee's got 4 shots, 2 on goal, and then she's got 1 goal. It was switched. We believed Kleinstra had scored the first one. Actually, Lee scored the first one. Off the bench, Kish Kunis has got 2 shots, 1 on goal. Hodina and Oliver each with a shot on goal. So that's 21 shots for this Thunder team. 16 of them on goal. 21 shots, rather. 16 of them on goal. And then for DePauw, 3 shots, 2 on goal. Those were by De Silveira, Coleman, and Ellis. Both teams going to take the field to start this second half as the temperature drops a little bit here. Wheaton again in white jerseys, White Sox navy shorts with orange numbering, and DePauw in all black with yellow stripes down the side of their jerseys, white numbering. And we've got a keeper change. You've got to think all 4 keepers will see action today, just because of the fact that Wheaton is currently up 6 starting the second half. So Maury starts in the goal. Wheaton's going to be running from left to right on your radio dial in this second half. Going across the back from left to right, Esther Tan, Rebecca Oliver, and Mary Beth Grove. Playing in the middle of the field is going to be Kristen Clark as the ball rolls to Fillenwarth right away. Wheaton applying pressure already. Center of the field again, Kristen Clark. In front of her is Delatorre. On the right side midfield is Sutton, and on the left side is Liebador. And playing up top from right to left for Wheaton is Kashaba, Williams, and Hodina. Sutton trying to win the ball for Wheaton here on the near side of the field. Goes right past Brune, coming down this near sideline. Trying to take it past Brune now to the near post. Brune staying with her, and Brune takes it from Sutton and turns it back upfield. Sutton trying to recover. Brune passes it upfield, finding McMahon. McMahon plays middle of the field, taken by Delatorre. Delatorre with a defender in front of her. Cuts it to her left, now back to her right, and now has it taken from her. Wheaton going to try to maintain possession, and the ball is actually going to end up at the feet of the Tigers. That's going to be Kissinger with it. Kissinger loses it now to Clark. Clark trying to play it upfield, and she's dispossessed. Long ball now goes to McCord. McCord coming towards the top of the box. Now cuts it past Oliver. She's in on goal, plays one on goal, and Maury gets down on the ground and picks it up. Maury rolls short to Oliver. Oliver plays left foot on the ground up to Hodina. Hodina knocks it right back to her, and Oliver clearance goes up to Williams, who touches it back to Clark. Clark has got 5 attackers in front of her. Plays on the ground up to Kashaba. Kashaba trying to win it, top corner of the box, near side. Good ball splitting the defense on the ground there. Kashaba lays it back to Sutton. Sutton tries to rotate it over to Clark once again. Clark cuts it over to her left foot and plays on the ground, trying to find Williams. She actually played to the foot of the defense. That's cleared out, taken out of the air by Grove. Grove's header catches McMahon unawares, and she's going to lose it out of bounds. Wheaton throw now on the near side. Sutton leaves it for Grove, and her throw is going to go into Kashaba, turning upfield, trying to find Williams. Clearance goes back to Grove, taken out of the air by Grove. And another clearance, this one taken out of the air by Oliver. Good clearance by Coleman. This Tiger team coming out with a lot more energy than they did at the start of the game. Wheaton scored in the first 38 seconds. And again, in the first 20 minutes, they had 6 goals. So you saw offsides on Wheaton. You saw the complete all-out attack that Wheaton put on basically a clinic in the first 20 minutes. That's where the results showed, really the entire first half. Free kick now for the Tigers. That's going to be taken by Gerwin. Kick goes upfield, finding Ellis, and Ellis is going to knock it out of bounds. Throw for Wheaton right around the midfield flag. Throw goes in and off of Williams, cleared upfield for the Tigers. Tan trying to recover for Wheaton, and she gets the ball from Ellis momentarily. Ellis comes up with it again, cuts it over to her right foot. Ball's knocked back, and you're going to see a long shot here if you're watching. Taken out of the air by Oliver, though. Stopping McCord's shot short. And now it's going to roll out of bounds by the corner flag on the far side of the field. Throw for Hodina. Actually, that's going to be Grove, excuse me. Grove's throw goes down the sideline and now played middle of the field. Delatorre has it. Delatorre touches up to Williams, and Williams tried to win the ball, but she tried to sit back on it and shield Gerwin. If you sit back on the ball and try to shield your defender, it's almost easier for them to go around you and step to the ball. Whereas if Williams had just stepped to the ball and try to play someone supporting her, she may have been able to retain possession of it. But instead, what happened right there was Gerwin was able to step to the ball, beating Williams to it. And ball's in the same spot where that play just happened. Tiger ball, that's going to be Kissinger with it. Kissinger plays near side, trying to find Coleman. Coleman being defended by Sutton. Coleman knocks it out of bounds across the end line. Goal kick now for Morey. About 40 minutes left in regulation. Again, this is not going to be Wheaton's last game of the season. They've got the CCIW tournament semifinals on Tuesday here at Joe Bean Stadium, 7 o'clock. Taking on Augustana College. Bruin with the ball on the near side, and she dribbles it out of bounds. Throw now for Sutton. Sutton's throw goes into Williams. Williams puts the ball through the legs of Doherty and moving upfield. Recovery by Coleman, taking it from Williams and playing it over to the far side of the field. Liebedor trying to come up with it. She does, trying to go down that far sideline, knocked out of bounds off of Liebedor. Throw for the Tigers. Throw goes in off the head of Liebedor, up to Hodina. Hodina plays middle of the field, and that's taken right off the ground by Doherty. And now a long clearance up to Coleman. Coleman trying to win it. Sutton also battling for it, and Ellis comes away with it out of nowhere. Ellis being defended from behind by Sutton, and Ellis plays out of bounds, trying to play towards the near post. In those situations, it's almost easier to just pull the ball back and turn with your back to your defender and play the girl who's coming supporting you. The problem was Ellis had no idea that Coleman was supporting her at all because there was no talk on the field. Long ball now down the near sideline. Kishaba goes right by Bruin. Bruin trying to recover now. Kishaba running in it from the side of the box. Plays across the box, finding Hodina. It's going to go off of it, the defense. Clearance to the top of the box. Delatorre has it. Delatorre loses it now to Gerwin. Gerwin playing far side. And here come the Tigers. That's going to be Da Silveira with it. And she loses it out of bounds. Defending third for Wheaton. Throw now for Oliver. Going to throw it down that far sideline to Hodina. Hodina trying to play middle of the field. That's McCord coming into possession of it. McCord playing a long ball down the far sideline, trying to find McMahon. And McMahon is going to knock it out of bounds off of Tan, apparently. So a corner kick for the Tigers. I believe this is their first corner kick of the game. Yeah, coming in to the second half, Wheaton had a 2-0 advantage on corners. This one going to be played long. In the air, one hop, top of the box. Good step by Hodina, taking the ball away. And now Williams comes up with it. Williams is running. She's got a defender on her back and one in front of her. Has to keep the ball close, and she does. Now touches it around the defender, but there was too much help coming back from the midfield. as Hannon came back and knocked it back to the keeper. Fillenwarth cleared it. Williams did something there, though, that is very impressive. She's been working on it a lot. That's her touch moving up the field. She had long touches, whereas she could move faster up the field. And then as soon as the defender started stepping to contain her, she kept the ball close to her feet. Change of pace. Problem was that time the change of pace allowed the midfield to catch up with her. Liebedor's got the ball now on the far sideline. One defender in front of her, goes right by her, has got Hodina square, step over, and now cuts the ball past Hannon. Going goal line, plays over Kashaba. Kashaba trying to touch it in the back of the net, and that's going to be a save by Fillenwarth. Coming off her line towards the near post to collect it. Punt for Fillenwarth comes down on the head of Clark. Clark heads it upfield trying to find Delatorre. It's knocked back to Tan instead. Tan plays on the ground up to Hodina far side. Hodina's got a defender in front of her. That's Hannon. Hodina lays it back to Liebedor. Liebedor moving the ball up the field, finding Ellis pressuring her. Drops it for Hodina. Hodina's got one defender, Hannon, on her, and Hannon drops it to Tan. Tan plays over to Delatorre. Delatorre moving towards the middle of the field, plays on the ground, finding Kashaba. Kashaba trying to send Sutton into the box, and Sutton is not able to get there. Fillenwarth comes up with it first. About 35 left in regulation. Wheaton with a 6-0 lead. All 6 goals coming in the first 20 minutes of this game. A lot of work to be done still for the Thunder. Maybe not in tonight's game, but Augustin on Tuesday, again 7 p.m. here at Joe Bean Stadium. They need to win that one in order to play either Illinois Wesleyan or Carthage for the CCIW tournament final. If they win that, they get an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. If they don't, they got to rely on some other people to get them in. That's the voters. They'd have to win an at-large bid. Definitely be more at ease going in with the conference title, the conference tournament title, getting them into the tournament. Clark moving the ball up the field now. Here's a long ball. That's going to go wide of the goal. Out of bounds. Goal kick for the Tigers. And here's a substitution for the Tigers. McGregor checks into the game. And we're going to see who she's taken out. Looks like she's taken out Doherty. Actually, that is Da Silveira. So Da Silveira checks out of the game. And ball played, knocked around midfield a little bit. Long clearance taken left foot by Oliver. Oliver and Ellis battling for it. Ellis goes up and wins the header over Oliver. And Ellis going towards the goal line. Tries to play it across the box. Out of bounds off of Oliver. Goal kick now.
Corner kick.
Corner kick now for DePauw. Nobody's showing short. And actually, you're going to see Hannon try to show short a little bit. Ball's played across the box anyway. Clearance by Tan. Goes back to Hannon. Hannon's got it. Plays in the air towards Ellis and Maury. And Ellis runs right into Maury. Knocks her over. Goes out of bounds off of Wheaton. Another corner kick for the Tigers. And here is another corner kick. We got a couple substitutions getting ready to come in. Corner kick taken off the head of Delatorre. Played upfield trying to find Williams. Williams trying to win it, still defending third for Wheaton. Tan has got it near the goal line. Tan plays on the ground to Hodina, gets it right back. Now a right-footed clearance. And it's knocked back to Delatorre. Delatorre pulls the ball back and turns with it, opens up away from pressure, now sends a long ball to Liebedor, and Liebedor is going to be called offsides. What a bummer as she was away. She had nobody in front of her. Kishkunis getting ready to check into the game for Wheaton, and Phillips getting ready to check into the game for DePauw. So this offsides kick will be taken by the Tigers. Shy of midfield. This played in the air across midfield. Up to Ellis, being defended by Tan, and Liebedor with a nice tackle. Came after the ball went out of bounds, though, I believe. Actually, a foul was called. Not on Liebedor, but on the opposing team. That's going to be Hannon with the foul call. Ball sent up to Williams. Williams going goal line. She slowed up a little bit, and no foul is called. A foul instead is called against Williams. What happened here? Williams was tripped up a little bit running into the box, and the ball ran too far out in front of her into the keeper's hands. That's Fillenwarth, the goalkeeper, who came up with it. Fillenwarth had it in her hands on the ground, and Williams tapped it away from her. So when the keeper's got it in her hands, you've got to let her keep it. And Williams knocked it away from her out of bounds. So it was a free kick at the time for the Tigers. And here we go. Phillips and Kishkunis check into the game. Phillips is going to grab McMahon, and Kishkunis grabs Delatorre, who will jog off the field here on the near side towards the Wheaton bench. A little less than 31 minutes left in regulation. Wheaton leading DePauw University by a score of 6-0. Hodina with the ball off the throw for Wheaton. Lays it back to Williams. Williams with a long ball. That's going to go just wide of the goal. Goal kick again for the Tigers, and we got another Tiger substitution. Emily Johansson checking into the game. And it looks like she's going to grab Kissinger. So the starter checks back in. Goal kick played down the middle of the field, headed back to the defense, and now a long clearance by Brune. Brune's clearance goes up to Phillips, who checked back into the game. A high ball by Phillips, taken out of the air by Liebedor, up to Kishkunis. Kishkunis plays down the far sideline to Hodina. Out of bounds on the Tigers. That's going to be Wheaton ball. Kishkunis battling for it on the far sideline. Now clearance by DePauw. Goes off of Wheaton and then put right back into DePauw territory by Grove. Clark's got it now, middle of the circle, and she loses it to Johansson, who checked into the game. Johansson, touch over to Coleman. Coleman touches upfield, trying to find Ellis. Ellis and Grove battling for it, and Grove wins it, touching it away from her. Backtracking now is Johansson. Johansson touches middle of the field to Gerwin. Gerwin plays upfield to the feet of Liebedor, though. Liebedor plays square to Kishkunis, and Kishkunis trying to find Liebedor right back to her, and it's actually going to be cleared off of Liebedor and out of bounds. Throw for DePauw. Another substitution for DePauw. Another starter checking back into the game, Lindsay Lund, and she's going to grab Coleman. Throw for DePauw, far side. Throw goes in towards Johansson. Johansson has it now middle of the field. Plays square across the field to Lund, who just checked into the game. Lund plays upfield. Finding some pressure here on the Wheaton defense, and then finally attack is killed off by Lund kicking the ball off the end line. Really had a tough angle, but she also had no one supporting her that time, so very few options for her. Clark has got the ball in the middle of the field for Wheaton. Kishkunis in front of her. Plays over to Hodina instead. Hodina plays Kishkunis middle of the field, right at the center mark, actually. And now it looks like the Tigers are going to come up with it on the far side in the form of McGregor. McGregor's got Liebedor in front of her, plays on the ground, passed her to Phillips. Phillips trying to get it past Tan, finds McGregor again. McGregor being defended by Liebedor, and it's going to go off of Liebedor out of bounds. Corner kick for the Tigers. This kick to be taken by McGregor. Tigers pack in the box. In the air across the box, taken out of the air by Clark. Back to McGregor. McGregor trying to play it back towards the center of the field. It's going to go off of Wheaton and out of bounds off the end line for another corner kick. In the air across the box once again. Taken out of the air again by Clark. Header goes on the ground, though. straight up the middle of the field, and Johansson may have had a chance at it, but she was kind of lulled to sleep by the opportunity that just came right up to her. It's going to go out of bounds off for Wheaton on the far side. And lines judge waves his flag in the air, and a handball is called. Offsides is called, rather. And it's a free kick for Oliver and the Wheaton Thunder, leading DePauw University 6-0 with 26:30 left in regulation. Maury's got the ball. Attackers coming up on her, and she clears it. Here's a ball played in towards the box off of Maury's hands. Kept that one from going in the goal, and that's going to go out of bounds. That's dangerous. When you play it back to your keeper, and it's kind of tough for them to get anything distance-wise on it, and they don't hit their mark, that ball is played right back in there. Maury did a good job of laying out and deflecting it out of bounds. Ball played in towards Wheaton's box again. Some good pressure by this DePauw team, and I think one of the reasons that we're seeing this is that they're moving their defenders up into the attack, both right and left sides actually. Played across the mouth of the goal, clearance by Liebedor. That's going to go out of bounds for a throw on the near side. What we saw DePauw doing earlier is every time they were having a nice little attack, they kept most of their defenders back around midfield. And this time, all their defenders are in Wheaton territory, but it's not even that. They could still have a defender or two around midfield. You usually want maybe one more defender than attackers that they're marking up. And with Wheaton, with very few people up in Tiger territory, the Tigers are able to push the majority of their players towards Wheaton's goal. Instead of leaving 4 defenders back, take 2 of them, since they're not marking anyone, and move them up the field a little bit to keep the pressure on. Get into the attack a little bit. That's what they're doing this second half, and they've been applying some pretty good pressure for the last 4 or 5 minutes. Free kick to be taken near side by Brune. Kick taken upfield, near sideline, trying to find Lund. It's going to go out of bounds. Throw for Lund. Lund throws middle of the field to McCord. McCord plays over to Phillips, gets it right back from her, and then plays it out of bounds. Goal kick now for Wheaton. We got Berg, Pounds, and Turner checking into the game. Pounds is going to be playing up top. We've seen this a couple times already this year. So here's Wheaton's line in the defense from right to left. Oliver, Turner, and Tan. In the midfield from right to left, Sutton, Clark, and Kishkunis in the middle, and Liebedor on the left. And up top from right to left, Berg, Pounds, Hodina. If you're watching this on TV, I don't know how good of an angle you can see. If you can see Berg, she's the furthest attacker, and she's in the defending third of the field. So that's allowing the Tigers to push their other defenders upfield. Just keep one sweeper back there. That's Gerwin right now. Ball played short off the corner, and then attempted clearance by Kishkunis, and it's going to be rocketed right back across the end line. Goal kick for Maury. Kick goes short to Oliver. Oliver plays it out of bounds here on the near side. Brune leaves the throw for Lund. Lund throws it in past Tan, finding McMahon. McMahon plays square across the box, top of the box. Pounds takes it out of the air. Pounds trying to win it from McGregor. Played upfield, and here you see that rolls all the way back to that sweeper position. And that was Doherty that time. Doherty with a long clearance. She could have taken a little bit of time, but put a long ball across the end line. She was near the top of the circle for the Tigers. Maury plays the goal kick short to Liebedor. Liebedor plays down the line to Hodina. Hodina has it now defending third of the field, lays it back for Tan. Tan plays over the head of a few defenders, trying to find Kishkunis. Taken out of the air, though, by Gerwin. And here's a one bounce as Gerwin's clearance goes all the way back to Maury. Coming up on 22 minutes left in regulation. Wheaton still holding a 6-0 lead. All 6 of those goals coming in the first 20 minutes of the game. Far side of the field, coming towards the middle of the field, is McCord with the ball. She loses it to Clark. Clark cuts it back and trying to go past McCord, plays near side Sutton. Sutton with the ball, plays on the ground up to Berg. Berg has Pounds in the middle of the field, one defender in front of her. Sutton overlaps. Now Berg comes middle of the field, has Pounds in front of her. Pounds is away. If she can get the ball, she's got the ball top of the box, slows up a little bit. Now she's got two defenders on her back. And then loses the ball to Gerwin. You almost want to send her towards the penalty area so that when she gets the ball, all she's got to do is shoot it. Again, Chase usually playing goalie. She is the only Wheaton Thunder goalkeeper to save 100% of the shots that she's seen this year. She's logged just over a half in the goal this year for the Thunder, and she's logged some minutes up top too. Been very active up top. Long clearance now is going to bounce once into the hands of Maury. 21 minutes left in regulation. Maury rolls short to Liebidor. Liebidor plays upfield to Kishkunis. Kishkunis turning upfield, being defended by McCord. McCord lays off a little bit, and Kishkunis plays up to Pounds. Pounds controls it, and trying to get it to Berg. She's going to be dispossessed by Gerwin. Ball played upfield. Clark trying to win it. And now a long ball on the ground. That's going to go out of bounds over the end line for a goal kick for Wheaton.
Number 6, Hillary Gerwin.
Hillary Gerwin checks back in. She's going to grab Brune, and she's on the field with Abby Gerwin. So Hillary and Abby Gerwin playing the... Hillary's going to be at left outside back, and Abby playing right center back. This one goes back to Hillary Gerwin, who clears it upfield off the hand of Oliver. Free kick. Let's see, maybe 28, maybe 30 yards out. This one to be taken by the Tigers. Hillary Gerwin plays it on the ground up towards Lund. Lund trying to keep it in play, and she is going to swing over it. It's going to go over the end line. Goal kick now for Maury. Oliver showing short to her right. Ball's placed on the near side of the 6-yard line. Maury plays this one in the air upfield over the head of Kishkunis. Taken out of the air, though, by Johansson. Johansson's header goes near side to Lund, and Lund plays upfield trying to find, looks like McMahon. McMahon found the ball, but then played over towards the far side. Tan came up with it. And then possession switches once again. Long ball into Wheaton's box, and here come the Tigers. Ball placed on goal. That's going to go in the goal for the Tigers. Katie Phillips putting it away on an assist from Kristen McMahon. So Phillips picks up her 5th goal of the game. (15 from 13). And that's going to bring the score to 6-1. Now a long ball towards midfield. We'll see how this Wheaton line reacts to the goal scored against them. Maury did the right thing. The long ball into the box. She came out off her line. Her defender wasn't going to be able to get there first. So she came in, actually collided with McMahon. And McMahon was able to just get a foot on the ball, touch it over to Phillips, and Phillips, kind of a little cleanup crew action, was able to just slot it right down the center. She basically had a shot to herself, put it past a couple defenders, though, her trying to come back and play goalie. And here's another goal for DePauw off a long ball. That's taken out of the air by, let's see who this is. This is Johansson. So Johansson with the goal off a long clearance. Wheaton's going to regroup here. Coming in, gathering towards the top of their own box. And now they move back, and we're going to start it up here again. So the lead is 6-2 now. 2 quick goals in succession for the Tigers on this Wheaton team. Kishkunis with a through ball now towards Hodina. Hodina's got it, top of the box extended. Meg's her defender, and now taking it towards the goal line, plays across the goal, finding Liebedor. Liebedor puts a shot just wide of the goal. And it's going to be called deflected. So corner kick for the Thunder. And just like that, you see the attackers push up now, not laying back in the defending third. They're able to finally put some pressure on once again. And it's going to go out of bounds off the corner, off of Hodina. Defended well by Gerwin. Goal kick for Fillenworth. Fillenworth, that's going to go in the air down the center of the field, taken out of the air by Clark. Clark pulls it back, and she's got Tan supporting her. Plays Oliver instead. Oliver coming towards the near side of the field, cuts it upfield past one defender, now plays Sutton. Sutton's got Berg in front of her, and one defender coming hard from behind her. That's going to be Lund. Sutton plays Berg upfield, maybe about 8 yards off the goal line. Now cutting it back, top of the box extended, near side, going towards that top corner. Coming in from the box from the near side, now playing across the box, and that's going to go off of the backside of the uprights.
Entering number 2, Allie Kopelman, and back in for DePauw, number 7, Jackie Ponder.
So goal kick for Fillenworth. Kopelman checks back into the game. She's going to grab Hodina, and she's going to be playing up top on the left side. Pounds in the middle and Berg on the right. Goal kick taken in the air down the middle of the field. Oliver trying to win it. Comes to the foot of Kishkunis instead. Kishkunis plays it upfield, and it's knocked right back towards Johansson. Kopelman comes up with it, though. Kopelman drops for Kishkunis. Kishkunis plays square across the field to Oliver. Oliver's got the ball just over midfield for Wheaton, and now plays back over to Kishkunis. A little 1-2 here. Kishkunis cuts it back under one of her legs and now plays upfield, finding Kopelman. Kopelman turns around her defender. That's Hannon. And Hannon recovers now, trying to win it from Kopelman. Knocks it off of Kopelman. Out of bounds. Goal kick for Fillenworth. So Fillenworth with the goal kick, and Hannon and Hillary Gerwin switch positions. So the outside backs switch. Maybe because Hannon's got a little more speed, she's going to be able to mark Berg a little better. Coach John Carter, knowing this team that he's playing, they were able to squeak 2 by us already, though. 6-2 is your score. 14:30 left in regulation. Wheaton looking to pick up their 16th win of the regular season on this last game of the regular season. CCIW tournament playoffs to come, and hopefully nationals, the NCAA national tournament after that. Long ball played upfield, taken out of the air by Sutton. Sutton with Berg in front of her. Sends Berg towards the top corner of the box near side. Berg with one defender in front of her, now 2 defenders in front of her. Call it 3 defenders in front of her, splits all of them, and Sutton's not going to be able to come up with it in the middle of the box. Long clearance. Oliver backtracking on it, and she might play this all the way back to the keeper. She doesn't. Plays it to Turner instead. So clearance by Turner is knocked back towards Oliver. Oliver plays it back to Tan. Tan plays upfield on the ground to Clark. Clark plays to the near sideline to Sutton. Sutton crossing over midfield on the ground, has Berg in front of her. And one defender recovering. That's Lund once again. Sends Berg. Berg trying to keep this in play on the goal line. Knocks it off a defender, and it's coming back towards us here in the press box. Jackie Ponder comes up with it. Ponder plays upfield. And maybe a little too much. Katie Phillips not going to be able to rein this one in. Out of bounds throw for Wheaton. And Oliver's going to take this throw. Olsen checks back into the game for Maury. Olsen got some time in the first half. Maury with most of the time here in the second half. 32 minutes worth at least. Throw-in goes from Oliver off of Sutton out of bounds. Throw now for DePauw. That's going to be taken by Coleman. Thrown upfield, and here's a push in the back call on Wheaton. Free kick now for Coleman. This is probably about a fourth of the field off the goal line. Free kick taken in the air towards the center of the box. Oliver defending well, knocks it out. Coleman now plays it back into the box. Oliver, Sutton, and Pounds trying to come up with it. Knocked backfield. Hannon has it. Hannon plays in the air across the box, headed towards the goal, and Oliver comes out of nowhere. The weak side and collects it, and then a shot goes just wide as the ball just bouncing around in the center of Wheaton's box, thankfully going off the goal line. Olsen will have a goal kick now. She's got tan showing short on her left, but a couple defenders are going to be there waiting. She plays it long instead. Taken out of the air by Kish Kunis, played middle of the field. Pounds and Sutton running onto it. Sutton has it. Sutton plays around one defender. Pounds going to try to come up with it, but she's not going to be able to. Hannon has it. Hannon's clearance is knocked right back towards her. Pounds plays a nice ball towards Berg. Berg going to try to win it, and she's not going to be able to. Cleared by Gerwin up the near sideline to Coleman. Coleman passes it up to Phillips. It's laid back now to Hannon, and Hannon plays in the air upfield. Taken out of the air, though, by Turner. Turner's got it with Pounds in front of her. Berg on her right. Sends Berg on her right. Berg running towards the top of the box. Is she going to be able to get there before the keeper? No. Fillenworth got off her line and read that one instantly. Here's a through ball on the ground up to McMahon. McMahon lays it back to Coleman, who plays a long ball trying to find McMahon, and that's not really going to do any good. Trying to just kick it as hard as you can. That goes out of bounds off the end line. You'd really just want a little better, calmer of a touch there to try to send your forward and keep the ball in play for them. Free kick to be taken by Olsen. Played upfield. Kish Kunis gets the touch on it, touching it up to Kopelman. Kopelman has Pounds in the middle of the field, but Pounds may be offsides. Kopelman taking it towards the goal line, towards the near post. She's knocked over, no call, gets back up, still has the ball at her feet. Kish Kunis, middle of the field. Kopelman plays over Kish Kunis to Lindner, who's checked into the game. And that's going to go Wheaton backtracking a little bit now. Clark comes up with it, middle of the field. Clark's knocked down, no call. Clark still has it. Clark and Pounds trying to win it now. Goes all the way back to Liebedor. Liebedor with a high ball. And that's going to be collected by Fillenworth. Lindner checked into the game. She's going to be at the right midfield position. So when you're back from right to left, Oliver, Turner, Liebedor, Lindner at the right midfield position. Middle of the field is going to be, looks like Clark and Kish Kunis. And far side of the field, playing the left midfield position is Tan is playing the left back position. And here's a poor pass square across the middle of the field. Olsen's got to get off her line. She does. Turner touches it away anyway and clears it towards Lindner. Constant pressure here in the second half. Coleman's got it. Coleman plays to Phillips. Phillips plays into Wheaton's box. Oliver gets a foot on it, plays up to Pounds. Pounds trying to play it around a couple of players, a little bit too slow. That's going to be Gerwin coming into possession of it. Gerwin loses it now to Lindner. Lindner plays up to Berg. Berg trying to cut down the near sideline. She does, goes right past Hannon. No problem. She's got Pounds in front of her. Still carrying the ball at her feet. Stab in by Ponder. No good. And here comes Kish Kunis coming into the box, and she's dispossessed. Kopelman trying to win it. Slide tackle by Kopelman, trying to find Pounds. Pounds had the ball at her feet for a second. Now it's knocked back to Berg. Berg could have a long shot. She does. It goes wide. No matter, though, as I believe it's offsides on Wheaton.
Offside.
Free kick now, middle of the field for the Tigers. Little less than 8 minutes left in regulation. Free kick taken by Ponder, played over to the far side. Now it's knocked back towards the middle of the field. Ponder's going to have it again. Ponder's moving towards the near side of the field, knocks it off of Berg, and then back off of Ponder and out of bounds. Should be a Wheaton throw here. Lindner to take it, throws it down the line, trying to find Berg. And Berg is not going to be able to corral it. Knocked away from her, and here's a clearance coming middle of the field by Coleman. And then Liebedor puts it right back to the defense. Gerwin, though, plays it back up. Oliver takes it out of the air. And here come the Tigers, if only for a moment. Clark clears it out of bounds just into Wheaton territory. So a throw for Coleman just into Wheaton territory. Scott Phillips checking out of the game. Patton checks to the ball, and she gets the throw. Another illegal throw for DePauw. That's called back as Coleman had that one. Lidner to take a throw now. She's got Pounds in the middle of the field looking down the line, though. Throws it over the head of Berg. Taken out of the air and then played to Coleman. Coleman has it on her right foot, cutting back across the midfield line. Big switch, good switch. He had most of the players here on the near side of the field, and her ball went all the way across the field, bringing the defense into the attack, actually. Not a much better ball she could have from that position. Ball's going to go out of bounds off of Wheaton now on the near side of the field, and we've got another substitution. Kristen Ellis going to check into the game.
And number 10, Julie
She's going to be joined by Drummond, and checking out of the game, McMahon and Johansson. Thrown out for Coleman. Over the head of Lidner. Goes to Patton. And it's going to be an attempted shot by Patton out of bounds. Goal kick for Olsen. 5:30 left in this one. Wheaton College leading DePauw. The Tigers by a score of 6-2. Long ball now up to Berg. Berg has Pounds in the middle of the field. Berg carrying it upfield. She's got one defender in front of her and then another one in the middle if she can beat her. Berg beats her to her left. Little bump in the back, no call. And then it's cleared out. Kishkunis trying to win it back for the Thunder. Kishkunis and McCord battling. McCord clears it upfield. Good step by Tan, winning it back for the Thunder. That's what you want, step into the ball. Tan plays it upfield, trying to find Kishkunis. Goes past her, though, and Gerwin's going to clear it out, far side. And now a through ball on the ground, far side, trying to find Ellis. Wheaton comes up with it again, and Ellis comes up with it for a second. Little knick-knack here and there. Finally, a handball called on Wheaton. Okay, it's actually going to be called on DePauw. Free kick played short to Liebedor. Liebedor plays upfield to Kopelman, far sideline. Kopelman cutting towards the middle of the field. Now has it on her right foot, cutting back left towards the sideline. Being defended by Gerwin. Has Kishkunis square. Tries to go by Gerwin towards the goal line. She does. Sliding tackle by Gerwin. That's going to go out of bounds off of Gerwin. Corner kick now for Kopelman and Liebedor. Looks like those will be the two players lining up over it. Played short to Liebedor. Liebedor has it. Plays back to Kopelman. Kopelman splits two defenders back to Liebedor, who's still on sides because the defense did not step, and now it's going to be cleared as Liebedor tried to find Kishkunis. Tan putting a shot on. Shot goes to Pounds, and Pounds one-times it into the back of the net. Pounds with her first goal as a Thunder player off of a Tan assist. The corner kick that kind of fell through. The ball came back. Tan put it back upfield, and Chase Pounds just volleyed it. Kept the ball going the same direction and put it over the head of the keeper. Wheaton leads 7-2.
Number 22, Chase Pounds. Number 13,
And the crowd gives her a large round of applause. Lidner's knocked down. Puts her hands in the air, and Pounds helps her up. She's got all the energy in the world right now, believe me. 7-2, little over 3 minutes left. Pounds picking up her first goal as a Thunder. Again, former basketball player Chase is. Decided to play soccer this her senior year. The assist on that one goes to Tan, and Tan picks up her first assist as a Thunder player. Big goal. Kopelman with it now. Kopelman going down that far sideline, again being defended by Gerwin. Cuts it back to her right foot. Still working with it. Now drops it to Clark. The coaching staff, John Carter and Greg Rourke, telling the defense to step. They've got so many players behind the ball right now. kind of what we saw with Wheaton earlier when DePauw was able to put on a lot of pressure. Throw for the Tigers' far side of the field.
Look for a previous line.
Throw goes in and off of the Tigers. Now throw for Wheaton goes up to Copeland. It's going to go past her. This one rolls all the way back to the box. Cleared off the ground by Fillenwarth. Taken out of the air by Clark. Headed back upfield trying to find Berg or Pounds. Ponder has it, though, and Ponder clears it out of bounds. Throw for Lidner. Lidner throws middle of the field to Kishkunis. She turns with it and now sends Berg. Berg going to try to keep this in play from going over the end line. She does. Has it on her right foot on the goal line, cutting back across towards the middle of the field. Going to try to enter the box now. She is twirled around. Ball was won first, though, and that's why no foul was called. And here comes Ellis. Oliver sprinting, trying to catch up with her. And Oliver does. She takes the ball from her. And then finally the ball is kicked out of bounds by Ellis. Goal kick for Wheaton. Olsen is going to take this goal kick. Plays it short, far side to Liebedor. Liebedor plays up to Tan. Tan has it. Plays one hop, trying to find Kish Kunis. And a long clearance by the Tiger defense into Wheaton's box. To the head of Oliver. Oliver heads it upfield, trying to follow up her own header, and she'll clear it upfield to Pounds. Pounds controls it. And a good step by Ponder wins it back, and Wheaton just trying to keep this goal scored against at 2. Long shot collected by Olsen in the goal. And she'll hold this for a little while. Olsen, former tennis player here at Wheaton College. And this will most likely end it as there's about 20 seconds left. Ball's on the near side of the field. Throw for Berg. Berg's throw goes in and is touched right back to Lidner. Lidner going to try to put it something on goal. Long clearance, though, out of bounds, over the trees, towards the tracks. And that'll do it.
2, 1.
Your final score. Wheaton 7, DePauw 2. So that's the end of the regular season. They move to 16-3-1 on the season, and DePauw University falls to 5-10-2 on the season. We're going to have end of the game statistics and hopefully an interview with Coach Felsky pretty soon. Again, this was not the last game for the Thunder women. This was their last regular season game. They finished in conference at 5-2, and that was enough for the second seed in the CCIW. So they will be hosting Augustana College here on Tuesday, 7:00 p.m. Come out and support them, and then the men will be playing actually here on Wednesday, 7 p.m. I believe. And the Thunder women running over to the student section and the parents section, alumni section. Fans are congratulating them on the end of a great regular season. Let's not stop here, huh? Let's keep going. So we'll be taking on Augustana College on Tuesday. And again, earlier in the season, Wheaton beat Augustana College. Final score in that one was 3-0. That was their first conference game of the season. They came a long way since then. Finished at 5-2 in conference. Their conference play, they beat Augustana, and that was at Augustana. This next game is going to be here at Wheaton. They beat North Park. They beat Milliken. Then they came their first loss to Carthage. When they lost to Carthage, that gave them their first loss in conference play, and then they followed that up. Their next conference game was against Illinois Wesleyan here at home. That snapped their 26-match unbeaten streak. That was last Saturday. And then they beat North Central for their final conference game. That final was 7-0. And Coach Felsky is going to come up here now. We'll get an end of the game interview with him. And if our printer starts working up here in the press box, hopefully some end-of-the-game statistics as well. Hey, Coach. For those of you watching, we're going to turn the camera now. A little tight there.
There we go.
Here we go. Headset adjusted. Coach, you guys closed out the regular season. Really strong first 20 minutes of the game for you guys.
Yeah, man, we had a tough week this week. We had some issues we dealt with off the field. We had some just an interesting week. So we thought that was a good start for us. We wanted to come out hard, and we did. I was glad to see it. So,
you guys, 6 goals in those first 20 minutes. Actually, was out here for club practice earlier this morning. Saw you guys come out here, do some warm-up laps, stretch, and then you just talked to the team for about 30, 35 minutes. What were you guys talking about?
You know, we've struggled a little bit this year defensively, both offensively and defensively, and corner kicks. So we wanted to make sure. Well, we got out here early just to get them out of bed. We didn't want them sleeping until noon, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But we also wanted to walk through some corner kick issues, some both offensively and defensively. Nothing real big. Just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page, especially after, like I said, the tough week we had. So just got them out, got some good stretch, and got them loose, and tried to get them a little bit more focused for tonight's game.
Okay, finally, Coach, you guys move into the CCIW tournament right now. You've got the number 2 seed. You're going to be taking on Augustana here. If you beat them, you're going to go against Illinois Wesleyan or Carthage. You lost to both of those teams 2-1 during the regular season. Any preference which one you would face?
Oh, we just want to get to the final. I think you'll see a team that's going to come out a little bit more focused, a lot of energy. Certainly, we did not want to lose our conference tournament for the first time in the history of the program, so I think our kids are motivated. And hopefully, this time of the year is always exciting for us. Hopefully, we'll turn it up another notch, and regardless of who will play, we'll be ready to go.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, no problem.
See you Tuesday.
All right.
That was Coach Pete Felsky. And again, the Thunder moving to the CCIW tournament. They'll be taking on Augustana College here at Joe Bean Stadium. That's going to be Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. We're going to try to get some end-of-the-game statistics for you. John Pohl, do we have any statistics end of the game? It's coming. We'll give you the goal scored so far. Orweiler finished this game with 3 goals. Lee had a goal. That was the first one. That came 38 seconds into this match. Karsten had a goal. That came about 6 minutes into the match. That was actually the 4th goal already for the Thunder. That was followed about 5 minutes later by Kleinstra's goal, and that was unassisted. Assists on today, Delatorre, Kleinstra, Berg, and Tan had an assist on the last goal. That was scored by Chase Pounds. Pounds picking up her first goal of the season. Former basketball player coming through big, putting through the 7th goal. Final score is 7-2, and we'll see you Tuesday when we take on Augustana College, 7 o'clock here at Joe Bean Stadium. This has been a production of WETN Sports Now. We're sending it back to the studio.